this New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay, ready? 59! Lights 59! Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Five!
They begin with a run by Smith. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Go! 48 Mike! 48 Mike! Big River!
Here's Jones operating from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Waiting!
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Throwing, Jones. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 30 base. Focus, defense, focus. Go. Hey, orbit. Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. This will be caught inside the 10. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Smith trying to run for it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Smooth.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
59's Mike. Check. 59.
Wants to run. They're running.
Go.
Now Jones. That is incomplete.
Jones pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Down. 18 Gator.
Mike is 59. Mike.
Go.
You can't block me.
Mike's 59. Hey. Mike's 7.
I'm here all day. Mike's 5'9".
I got you, boy. Hit it.
Jones going to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Rosas' kick is good. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
5'9".
On play action, Wentz. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Giants 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they will be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Check 37. X3. 218. Chop. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Snap.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Slam.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? To throw is Wentz. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Week 9 wrapping up here tonight at MetLife Stadium. Time to look ahead to Week 10. Thursday Night Football. We'll be heading cross-country tomorrow to get out to the Bay Area. We'll see the Chargers and the Raiders from the East Bay. The Raiders down to 4 more home games. That's it, left in Oakland.
No gain on this defense. No gain. Fair. Fight.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He's going to walk, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through. The end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Check three.
On second down, Collins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Keep it up. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
They'll run the counter with Collins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Working from the gun, Wentz. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. Wentz now on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the Giants' 9-yard line.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. Waiting. Check, check. Block 54. Block 54. 40. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Haywood! We're good, we're good.
Wentz going to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. B.J. Hill, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And he's able to get it out of there. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. That's the pass. Hey, exit. 48, Mike. 48, Mike. Check back.
Jones now on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 120!
They'll begin the drive with Collins. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big run there by Collins. 44 yards. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give right side. It's Weber, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's 5-7.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Quarterback, don't get nervous.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz And that's complete. It's the Carr to Cooper connection. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. This will be caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
On first and goal, Collins. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Alex Collins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up first and 10.
Go!
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 44, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Jones on third and 2. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49.
Go now. 60 Pittsburgh. 80 weapons. 52.
Mike, 48.
Hey, Delta.
I'm coming after you.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. And off his back foot, he'll heave this into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Great 15. Forward, Tokyo. Hey, Foxtrot. Pick it up.
Throwing now is Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Wentz. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up on Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Bang it. Bang it. Chance.
Protein spill. Go.
Watch the run.
Hey.
Hey, we're going to Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Get that quarterback.
Look at me. Zipper.
48's Mike.
Yes.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's set. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, 91 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
57 to Mike. Blue down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on 26-yard line.
Ready? 50, plant.
Mike is 59.
Hey, Charlie.
On first down, Jones. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Check the backer.
Hey, wahoo.
2nd and 3. He's got the rookie, Darius Slayton. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
59's Mike. Check, 59. Now.
Mike, check, 59.
Hey, orbit.
Here we go.
Ready?
Jones on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he is going taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. B.J. Hill make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And he's going to go down again. Dexter Lawrence in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. He's got a man, complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
At the 34-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch one. Please find 7. 54's Mike. Check.
Wentz now to throw. And Davis with it left side. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Flushed out right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
We all kill him. Mike's 54. Mike Alpha. Watch the screen. 54's Mike. Check the gun.
Throwing his Wentz. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards to pick up there. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Bring it to you.
On play action, it's Wentz. And this is caught, it's Cooper. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try to run this one in. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Marr is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10.
Hey! Hey! High 7!
Just get out the field, defense.
Hey, look for
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now Collins. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Double dog. That's the way.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one.
Here we go. Waiting. 54. Stop your body.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts